Hi, sweet Libras. Welcome to Eight of Cups Tarot. I'm working on your reading for February, and oh my God, what a reading it is. I don't think I've ever pulled cards like this before, so I'm really excited to get into it. But I want to start with the astrology for the month, just to give you a little idea of what's happening. In the event that this particular card reading doesn't resonate, you want to check some of your other signs, your Sun, rising, moon, and Venus in particular. Look at those placements if this doesn't resonate for you. If it does, and I can't imagine this particular storyline is going to fit for a whole lot of people, but if it fits for you, then congratulations. So let's get into the astrology quickly for February. This conjunction we've been dealing with, it's not over. It's far from over. And in fact, until the end of March, it's going to continue to hit us in waves. The same energy, although it's not quite as concentrated into one area, there's still so much going on in your fourth house, Capricorn. And now Mars, by mid-month on, will start its journey through Capricorn. And when Mars enters a sign and starts triggering certain transits that had occurred recently, it's exactly what it does. It triggers it. It's kind of like burning it down so that it's completely dead and gone. Now, that's not to say your house is going to burn down, your fourth house, but it's really making sure that the transformation has occurred the way that it was supposed to. So some of these areas might be re-triggered for you. And just know that and be prepared. And just be prepared that this is not the easiest time right now, but it is bringing us into new karmic cycles. And being in your fourth house is pretty significant because this is the ultimate foundation of who you are. This is a karma that you have in this lifetime. It's the karma you bring from previous lifetimes. It's the karma you carry throughout your ancestors and your lineage. It's the karma of your parents when you were born. So this is a pretty significant angle in your chart. And the 4th and 10th house axis is kind of the beginning of your life and the ultimate destiny, if you want to look at it that way. So the North Node being in your 10th house and the rest of it, we'll just say in the 4th, is kind of closing out a whole lot of karmic cycles for Libra right now. And it's bringing in a lot of new beginnings. It's bringing you exactly to that point of destiny that you want to be at. For most of February, we will remain in Aquarius season. Aquarius is your 5th house. That's your creativity and your romance, your dating life. And it's a seeking of connection, the networking, information. You could meet somebody on the internet, or now would be a good time to start a dating profile. But we also have Pisces, your 6th house, where you've been hosting Neptune for quite some time now, which could be frustrating because it could make your day-to-day routines, your job, your everyday detail kind of things a little bit hazy, a little bit confusing. It's a lack of boundaries in this area, so you might be dealing with a lot of people that are asking a lot of you, needing to be in a lot of different places, not having the ability to keep a regular schedule or routine in that area. We will be dealing with a retrograde Mercury in this area as well. So you may have to revisit some things at work or in your daily schedules and rework them and restructure them. It could also mean old employees coming back from the past. It could bring people that do work for you, services, a babysitter, a landscaper, you know, someone who is of service to you. You could quite possibly have to revisit past situations here. But really the big news for you, Libra, and what I want to lead into this reading is the fact that Venus is moving into your 7th house in Aries. Now, Venus is not exactly happy in Aries. In fact, she's a little bit cranky and probably a little bit demanding, but she is full of passion and drive. So if she is not delivering passion into your partnerships and your relationships, then she can wreak a little bit of havoc there. Ultimately, what she wants to do is stir the pot of passion, right? She wants to ignite things when she's in Aries. And this is comfortable because it is your counterpart. It is your 7th house. It is what you are naturally connected to. And it works really well with you, Libra, because you like things fair and balanced, but in a relationship, you really do seek this great passion. You seek power and drive and ambition in your partners. This Venus in Aries can make you a little bit more attractive to others. It could also help you to be attracted to others. And as well, you are still, and for a while, will be hosting Uranus as it sweeps through your 8th house. Your 8th house is a house in a general sense of your debt, of your spouse's money, of other people's money, inheritance. It rules death, it rules transformation, it rules taxes, ironically. But it's all the things that are inevitable, but also cause fear. And it is the house of sex. And where Uranus travels, there is a bit of a revolution within you in that arena. There is a need for freedom. Now, freedom in the 8th house is not an area where you seek to break off connections. It is actually an area where you seek to liberate yourself through the intimacy and the connection to others. And I sense it as a way of being vulnerable, new ways of opening up and being vulnerable to others. So with that in mind, let's jump into this amazing reading. The first card out for you, 9 of Wands. So this tells me that you're in a place where you feel like you need to protect yourself. There's a forming of boundaries here, or also the feeling like someone is blurring a boundary with you, overstepping boundaries that you're going to want to review. But crossing that, I asked for one card, they threw out 2 at the exact same time. You got the Lovers and the Ace of Cups. So here's the thing, Libra. It's like you want to be stoic and keep your boundaries up, but it looks like somebody is entering your space and they are cracking you wide open. There is a very divine counterpart feeling to this connection. There is something that delivers overwhelming emotion, and sometimes when you meet a counterpart or a soulmate like this, that triggers you in this emotional way, in this vulnerable way. If you see with the Lovers, both of those people are completely naked. You could not get any more vulnerable. It is the allowing someone else to see you clearly for who you are. It's the uncovering of the warts and the blemishes and the waking up on Sunday morning with greasy hair and mascara all over your face and somebody telling you how beautiful you are. That is what is crossing you this month, Libra. And I can't imagine a more beautiful feeling. In your fears, we get the Queen of Wands. So I think this is a fear of letting yourself go after this. I think there is a fear that if you get emotionally involved, if you start to need this, the passion might drift. But it's clarified by the Two of Cups. So it's just as I said, this person is cracking you wide open. It's igniting a very passionate side of you that maybe you're just starting to see for the first time. This can create intense fear. As a reader, I sit here and I look at these cards and I say, not sure what the problem is here. But you have to understand that that vulnerability that's being asked of you in this connection can be very scary for a lot of people. In your hopes, you got the Star card. This is healing. It is the healing of wounds. Now you have Venus in your 7th house, and as soon as she gets there, she is going to join up with Chiron, who will heal a lot of the inner wounds you've managed to gain throughout this lifetime so far. And there's an opportunity with this connection. Again, if you look, this person is naked. They are very vulnerable. They are standing true to who they are. They are being themselves here. And so there is a hope coming from you that you could remain authentic in this partnership, that you can, again, reveal the warts and the blemishes and still be loved and accepted. This is also a card of recognition. And it's clarified by the 6 of Pentacles and the Justice card. So it tells me that in your hopes, like most Libras would feel, there is a great need for the equal give and take that occurs in a relationship. This is a balance. This is somebody who will give you exactly what you're willing to give, that will share, that will support you. And followed up by Justice tells me that this was karmically earned. Okay? You've done great work, and even if people from the past have walked away or not delivered what you deserve, what you're experiencing now is exactly what you deserve. Again, the equal give and take, the healing, the recognition in this partnership. In the recent past, these two cards flew out at exactly the same time. no need to clarify on this. It looks like something is being, what? Resurrected from the dead. That's right. This could very well be a resurrection of an old issue or an old relationship. It could be the end of a cycle in a relationship and the introduction to a new phase of the relationship. I'm seeing it as something that you thought was completely over and didn't have an opportunity, not a chance in hell, Spirit is telling me, to come back to you. But it has. And it has it in a level of not only was it spoken about, not only was there communication, but it's a page of pentacles. You see it's surrounded by yellow. Yellow is the solar plexus chakra. It is the intuition. It is the knowing. It is the going and the getting of something. And it's solid. It's a pentacle. It's a page, so it's young. It could just be the early stages of seeing where this is going, dating again. But in every sense, I'm getting that this is a very stable opportunity for you. It's something that you can hold in your hand, something you are actually being given in this connection. And in the near future, you have the Sun and the Ace of Pentacles. So you may be dealing with a Leo. You may be dealing with a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. But more importantly, again, I am drawn to the nakedness in the Sun card. Again, another reminder of how important it is, Libra, to stay vulnerable, to stay open, to allow this person to see who you truly are and allow them to support you. Ace of Pentacles. This is an offer of support. Now, it can be financial. I guess in a way we could look at this reading as a fantastic job opportunity, maybe even an old job that you're going back to. But I'm not sensing the need to be that type of vulnerable at work. And so this talks to me about love. This talks to me about finding your true happiness, manifesting it into the physical form. You see, you went from a page of pentacles, and by staying open, by staying vulnerable, by staying true to who you are. This is a child on a white horse. It is innocence. It is the innocent kind of love. And cloaked with this red robe of passion. You see, he's grabbing on to that passion. I am also drawn to the flowers in your fears. Queen of Wands, this flower. But if you look, these flowers are grown all over this field. So it tells me that you've overcome the fear, and that from that one flower you have grown an entire beautiful garden. This is an amazing read, right? I can't imagine this comes up too often. Libra, I don't know who you are, but I'm jealous. Advice from Spirit. first card out was the Ace of Wands. Again, the going after, the passion, the not holding back, grabbing it and moving with it. The Magician. This is a manifestation. This is the knowing that you have the power to bring this to you. This is a natural magnetism that you have when you operate from a high frequency. You see this Magician here. This is a card of Virgo. It is a card of Mercury, which is about to retrograde into your past. But this is a person that has all of the tools they need to create exactly what they want. They have the emotional stability. They have the financial stability. They have the knowing of eternity, all of the time in the world to achieve it and to love it. They have everything that they need to manifest. To manifest this King of Pentacles. A Taurus could also represent the other earth signs of Capricorn and Virgo, but what they're asking you to do is to stay true to yourself, to your foundations. Now remember, I talked to you about all of that conjunction in your fourth house, your foundations. It is the staying true to who you are, knowing what you deserve, and grabbing the passion that comes your way. That is the advice from Spirit. And so if you choose to follow such advice from Spirit and really go after what is being offered here, the outcome looks like this. The Hierophant. This is another card of Taurus, by the way, so you may very well be dealing with a Taurus. But this is also the card of commitment. This is marriage, especially when it comes out with the World. This is where you will break the karmic cycles that have binded you and find the new happiness, which comes in the form of a commitment. So, Libras, I'm not saying you're going to get engaged this month. I don't want anybody waiting for rings on Valentine's Day. But this is the knowing that this connection is so good. It is so good for you that there are endless opportunities, that this person sees you. Again, another naked person in your reading, Libra. Maybe that Uranus in your 8th house is really, really bringing you to a sexual and an intimate revolution within yourself. And it just brings you more stability. It brings you commitment. There's really no fear here. The fact that you're fearing the beginning of a beautiful connection and amazing passion tells me that really there's nothing here to fear, and I think you know that, Libra. I think you know this is special. And the bottom of the deck, 4 of Cups. Now, sometimes, most of the time, I look at this card as somebody who is dissatisfied with their current situation. But I think what Spirit is trying to tell you is to go ahead and look at that cup, because it's been delivered to you divinely. This is the divine timing at play, which you see when the World comes out. This is the divine timing, and this is the universe handing you this beautiful relationship, this beautiful partnership that's headed your way. If you don't know this person yet, keep your eyes open. If you do, be yourself, be true to who you are, and allow them to know you. Allow them to open you up in a way that you've never been vulnerable with anyone else before. Because it will bring you so much healing to a place in your heart where maybe you had a hard time trusting before. This is going to start a new cycle of love for you, Libra. And that makes sense because the last time we had a conjunction between Saturn and Pluto, it was in Libra. And it may have brought a cycle of strife to your relationship so far. And now that that cycle has ended, you can achieve a much different outcome. But you can only achieve a different outcome when you participate in it differently. So this guarding yourself, feeling like you need to draw the boundaries, withdraw from the connection because it's so intense, you don't want to do that here. This is not the person to do that with. This is the person to open up to and allow, because it's going to bring you a lot of opportunity. And the astrology cards that I pulled, and I can't make this up. You, the card of Libra, and the card of Aries, your 7th house, where Venus will be from February 7th until about mid-March. Now, I was just telling somebody the other day, I don't expect a lot of it. You know, I was thinking about doing, I'm going to be doing Valentine's readings for all the signs. That's kind of the mid-month love reading that I'll do for everybody. And I was thinking to myself, man, I just really don't even like Valentine's Day, and especially this Valentine's Day, because we're going through such major transformations, and really we're not going to see a whole lot of change yet because we're still going through it. But Libra, this reading has really changed my mind. I think there are some of you that really are going to make massive changes right away this month in the arena of love. So congratulations if this is you, because I could not have handpicked better cards to describe a more beautiful relationship than this. If by chance this doesn't really resonate, or it resonates but you're not with anybody right now, also keep in mind that finding that inner balance, that that push and pull between protecting yourself and being vulnerable in all of your connections, it should be reviewed at this time. You know, you should really feel safe with the people that you're with, and that you shouldn't settle for anything less than that. And that balance within yourself, the balance of the masculine and the feminine, the ability to give and receive at the same time. When that's in balance, things move a lot smoother for you. I am going to pull an animal spirit card for you for the month of February. This reading is a little bit shorter than the others, and I imagine that's because it's just that good. There's really no need to clarify much more. I think Libra's on their way. They're on a really good path. You know, sometimes even if you're going through the really hard things in life, sometimes our safe haven is our partner. Sometimes it's somebody we've had in our life for forever, but you see them a little differently and you realize how absolutely beautiful they are in your life. We pulled the Swan. I'm not even sure I've ever read this one. Now this talks to me even more about that balance between their shadow side and our light side, between our masculine and our feminine. This is very much about balance, and it's very much about finding in your relationships, our relationships are just mirrors of us.